G'day everyone and welcome to another episode of What's Going On in the Shed. I'm your host Mark and thanks for being here. Oh, Funk and Hungry on the big screen. Thanks, man. G'day Roger. G'day Emma. Emma was first in the chat, so hello. Thanks everyone for being here and tuning in tonight. Well, we've got a special guest tonight. Hopefully you can all hear me clearly. I've got the old microphone here from upstairs. I brought it down here. But let us know if you can hear me okay. I haven't been doing the wireless thing tonight. But we've got a bit of a special guest that's going to be coming in very shortly. And without further ado, I'll bring Becky's Fishing Adventure. G'day. We'll just wait for Evel Knievel to go by. And we'll bring in our special guest live from her craft room. Hello, darling.
Hello.
There's a bit of a delay. So everyone, this is my lovely wife. You may have seen her before on stream briefly with the shed dogs, or come up and say hello, or walk up behind me or something like that. But this is a view of her craft room, the one that we've been working on for so long. It almost seems forever now. And I'm going to flick over to the mobile phone because I've actually got that sorted out. We've got the software working on the mobile phone, and I'll talk to you about that later on if you want, on how to do that successfully on an iPhone. And so I'll put the AirPods in so we don't get a lot of feedback. In the meantime, my lovely wife will be here saying hello and having a chat.
Hi all.
It's your cue to talk.
I'm just reading what's put down. Hello, Lee Macca, Mrs. Craft Talk. Yes, this is a bit scary for me. I've never been on this side before. We thought tonight we'd do something a little bit different. We're going to speak to you in his office, and he's going to show you what we've been up to in my office, and I'm going to show you a bit of what I'm up to at the moment. So when he gets here, we will have a look around, and we'll have a look at what I'm up to. What's one-sided, Emma?
Okay, so for whatever reason, the AirPods are not working. They were working before when we were testing, before we went live. So it's just going to be the old microphone, iPhone microphone. Oh, now you want it. God. Technology, isn't it wonderful?
Always the same when you're trying to do something.
Hey, what?
Well, when my craft room is completely finished, I'll be able to do machine embroidery in here. I'll be able to sew more of my costumes. And I'll also be able to do some beautiful flowers and things. Here's one of my beautiful flowers that I make. And I'll also be t-shirts and things. So, yeah, I'm not very good at this side of things. I'm feeling a little bit nervous at the moment, so bear with me. I'm usually not the person behind the camera and everything. I'm usually the person that's sitting in the background. So,
Right, so we're walking. Here we go. This is the laundry. We might get a bit of feedback here, hopefully. And now, so we walk into the laundry, and there's Lee over there waving. shed dogs are flat out like a lizard. Can you turn your volume down? Right. So we've got some trim lying on the ground because we haven't finished the trim yet, but the saw's there. Let me have a look. And covered over there with embroidery threads, bit of storage up top. Wrong way. There we go. We can turn this around. So there's another view of the laundry. We got sliding doors, toilet over there, laundry. And this is where Lee is doing some cups. This is the heat for the mugs. Yep. So if you want to, can you give us a little demonstration?
This one is one I did just a few minutes ago. So it's ready to actually be peeled off. And then this is how we did your mugs.
It's a heat transfer. And it's a... But the logo can be anything you can imagine, and anything you can stick on this bit of paper. So it's going into the heat mug press now for a certain amount of time.
And that's how it starts out.
Of course, the image is reversed, unless you want the reverse. So this is the tiling that we've been doing as we did the tiling ourselves. It's a fairly large room. This is the old shed that used to be over there that we started out in. We've got a cupboard. Hang on, I'll just show. There's about 300 embroidery threads there, plus more. Smaller ones and then bigger ones. There's what, 300 metres on the small one?
Depends on the one, like the metallic ones on these ones, the metallic ones have got 1,000.
Yep.
So that's the metallic.
Hello.
That's
The
the
audio's
metallic.
just died for some reason. There we go. Yeah, you're right.
Metallics have got 1,000 on them.
Yeah.
And then these ones have got, they've got 700 metres, the metallics, and then the normal ones have 1,000, and then the big wheels, when they're brand new, they have 5,000 metres on them, so,
5,000 metres, that is.
yeah.
So we got Lee's computer and desk and printer over here. A cupboard, drawers with various bits and pieces. And behind here is where the magic happens with the embroidery machine. This is a 15 needle embroidery machine. And we can do fairly large stuff and small stuff. So at the back here, you can see that we can put 15 different colours on. And when you're doing embroidery, a machine like this goes a lot faster than just a domestic machine. And with the colour changes, it doesn't stop. Well, it does stop, but it's easier.
This one does 1,000 stitches a second.
Yeah, a minute.
A minute, sorry.
Yes. So these are the mugs. This is how they come. They come in various sizes.
That's all 12.
And that's the larger size.
And then I've got coolers.
And coolers as well. You can do the same process with these coolers. Obviously, the coolers will give a slightly different image, but as you can see, that's a really clear, and that's like a tattoo, isn't it?
It's a sublimation, so it actually goes into the cup.
Yeah. And we have a dedicated printer for doing that. We looked at other alternatives like just converting over a standard printer, but this printer just is specifically set up. The ink cost is a little bit more, but it really averages out to be cost effective. Thanks, G, for putting that in there, mate. And you can see that Lee's setting up another one. The important thing here is to make sure you get your design straight. Yeah, there's definitely no shortage of colours with the embroidery, that's for sure. You're only really limited to your imagination.
Mm-hmm. That's just the plain colours and metallic, but there's also variegated, so you can have variegated coppers as well.
And that's just a whole other level. So this mug is almost ready to be done. You can see and the machine will give out a beep beep to let you know it's all done. And that's another one ready to go. And as you can see, the shed dogs are just taking it all in at their leisure, whether it's on the tiles or on the mat underneath. There we go. Now you do have to, these are pretty hot, and you do have to let them cool. You might want to let that one cool a bit. We'll give you a look inside the machine. There we go. It's got a little pad it sits on, and that is quite hot. Another one goes in, and away you go. Oh, you got two loads on?
Yeah, one's just, remember, because it goes right through. If you have a look, you'll see a little image.
Shadow, yeah.
Because it's
There we go.
powder.
There's another one done. All right. How was that? There we go, folks. Well, that's a look around the old shed, now the craft room. We did a lot of the spray painting. We got people in to do the plasterboard and that. Had a carpenter in here. We had a bit of problems with him. Had to get rid of him. He thought we were a bit of a cash cow. We've got nice air conditioning in here, so it really makes a difference to this room. Cup of coffee. Well, we could have a cup of coffee. Cup of tea. It'd be good for tea. All right, so you want to say bye-bye?
See you later.
Thanks,
Next
everyone.
time you come, maybe you might be able to have a cup of tea or coffee. I've got a water unit that heats water up, so you might be able to have a cup of next time you come. See you later.
Emma says she really likes the workspace.
Good.
Well, it's a lot different to when she saw it last. All right, one last look. There we go, folks. and we'll trundle back to the shed, and you'll have me back on screen again. I'll take the AirPods out and stop the echo and just go over to the. Oh, I've got the screen within the screen. And I'll just let that go for a bit longer. Right, here I am, and I'll take these out. Actually, right. Hello, you're still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just reading everybody's message.
So, yeah, well, you can stay there if you want to. I haven't got anything. Right, so let's talk about what's happened lately. What's happened? Well, for those of you up here, like us and Emma and a few others, like AJ and that, we went through Tropical Cyclone Alfred, who caused a lot of havoc, mainly because he took so long to come into the coast, and and then he just dumped a lot of rain. You know, he sort of fizzled out and dumped a lot of rain on us. And thankfully, we were on the tail end of it. So we got a lot of rain. We got a lot of rain. We had a little bit of flooding, which I did show a little video of that, which we do occur from time to time, because when there's so much rain here, it just builds up and it's got nowhere to go. But once it stops raining, it does drain away pretty quick. The yard is still a little bit sticky, and we just, even now, the yard's still pretty wet, but it is drying out. Come Saturday, whippersnipping and mowing and doing all those usual things. And however, a lot of people south of us, or especially up around Caloundra and places like that, weren't so fortunate. You know, they copped it worse than we did, and the beaches sort of copped it as well. And my work currently, if those of you who follow me on Facebook, my work, we're currently doing some rectification work on the various beaches over at Bribie Island. Those of you know Bribie Island, or those of you who don't, so to speak. And I'll just show you a photo of that right now. Share screen. So here's two of our dozers over on Bribie Island doing their work. These two dozers made it on Channel 9 News. You may have seen that. So that's us. And we've got another one further. So this is Bribie Island. That's about half an hour away from us, roughly. And this is on the surf side, or the eastern side. And as the tide's going out, the guys get in there with the dozers and push more sand back up on the eroded dunes. Not that, you know, Mother Nature can take it away so quickly, and these guys just have to work their bums off to get it back. Salt water's pretty bad on machines, and the machines are getting sprayed with lanolin. And I'll just stop sharing that for a second. However, we still, when they're in salt water like that, it's pretty savage on machines. Now, to give you an idea, Let's just get that. That'll clear up. So that's my truck. That's what I drive every day. That's my office. And this is at a place called Scarborough. And what they were concerned about with Cyclone Alfred was these trees getting washed away and falling over. As you can see, they're really tall, and they've been there for a long time. And righto, let's go back here and give you an idea of what these guys are doing. So the dozer's going out into the water, getting the sand or what sand they can get and pushing it back up onto the beach. This is all before Cyclone Alfred. This is when things were starting to slow down, and they were asking everyone to stay inside and don't travel on the roads and things like that. Once he's pushed up his load, he reverses back down into the water to get another load and start pushing back up again. Plenty of seagulls, seeing what's going on. Hopefully they're going to get maybe a crab or something like that. Now, you may think it's pretty soft in there, but the more water you put on sand, the harder it gets. Oh, there we go. That's it for that. So there we go. That's sort of what's been happening, and that's what I've been getting up to when I go down the beach and have a bit of fun. Well, not have a bit of fun. Here's a couple of crazy critters. We didn't jump on the bandwagon and panic buy or anything like that, but this is the other night I went out and got takeaway for us around here at the local Red Rooster, and the dogs were in the car while I was getting the Red Rooster. They were a bit short on a few things, but good old Red Rooster still delivered. The old Dirty Bird KFC, they were closed, and so Red Rooster was the choice. Even Domino's was closed, so I was really surprised to see Red Rooster open during this time. But anyway, the shed dogs love going for a ride. I'll just stop sharing that for a minute and bring me back in. I don't think I've got any other photos to show you. Hang on. Right. To give you an idea of the erosion, here's another. So I'll go back again to Bribie Island. Like Emma, because of what's been going on, it was a bit hard to actually achieve anything this week to do with the roller. I've sort of looked at a few things, but that's as far as I've got. Yeah, we survived, Roger. We survived. Yeah, we did pretty well, but that gives you an idea of the erosion. And if you've been watching the news or any sort of the news, down the Gold Coast was a lot worse. Mind you, that's a couple of good meters. Previously, before the cyclone, it didn't look like that. These dunes were a little bit further out, and yeah, it certainly made a mess, that's for sure. However, the coastline is recovering. There's still plenty of debris out there, and Where am I? I have no idea where I'm going here. So that just gives you an idea, but it's pretty nice over there. We had the NBN here today just changing subjects. The NBN guys were here, so we've actually got fibre to the premises. Here is old mate with the pits open. I was giving him a hand to get some of the work done, showing where things had to go. We had to choose where things went, and hopefully the connection's going to be a lot more stable. It's just sort of the side of the house there. That's old mate's ute. Palm tree out the front here, he's getting further and further over, and I think we're going to have to make a decision soon to might have to chop him down. It's always had a bit of a lean, but ever since the cyclone, it's definitely copping a bit more of a pounding. And this is, we'll finish up with this video from today. This is over on Bribery Island where they're coming down onto the beach. So the council comes down onto the beach first. They got to escort the dozers up there for safety reasons. And just very soon, you'll see the dozers come from the other side there. Here comes one now. As you can see, where the water is, the sand's very hard for the dozers. They don't, even though they're heavy, they don't sink down into the sand. And dozers with their tracks spread the load, so there's not a lot of load. No? No, it's playing over there. What's that? So there you go. That's the dozers going up the beach. I didn't hang around too much longer and head up, follow them up or anything like that. My truck stays pretty well up on the road. Right, we're back, and we're back in the shed, and the shed dogs are here. And there goes the other half. Bye. Yeah, shed dog one went in the truck. I did have the shed dogs in the truck with me. My wife had a couple of doctor's appointments, so they came in for a bit of a ride and in the truck. What are you guys doing? Come here. So work on the roller will resume. With everything that's been going on, I just haven't really had a chance to do anything. I've been fortunate enough that when it was Monday, Tuesday, it was too wet to do anything in the paddocks on the subdivisions and that. I was in the workshop doing stuff in there. So yeah. So unfortunately, no real progress on the roller at the moment. I am starting some work on the boiler, which I'll show at a later date. But other than that, that's about it, folks. I really can't show you much more. Yeah, they got to they got to make up their mind, which one they want to go. Well, they got plenty of spots where they can lay down and sprawl out and all that sort of stuff, or they can run around like mad chooks, So now on the steamroller news, not my steamroller, other steamrollers. The one at the club that I'm involved with, we're currently doing some maintenance on it, rectifying some issues. We've got a big event coming up later on in the year, so we're making sure some things are getting sorted out before we go up to this this event, which I'll announce later on. Shed dogs are exactly right, G. You got it spot on there. Few changes happening on the channel. I'm making some changes behind the scene. I'm making a few other changes as well. I'm trying to regularly upload videos on a Thursday, put them out at 3 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon. That way, sort of, YouTube becomes aware of, regular uploading content to the channel. Now, I'm not going to be a Mr. Beast or anything like that, but I'm doing this strategically. Going to keep making some changes to the videos, making them a bit more comprehensive, try and just tighten things up a little bit, make it a little bit more semi-professional as to the content I put out. I've also enabled memberships. If anyone would like to support what I do here, I've made it really cheap, $1.49 a month or something like that. I hesitated for a long time. I really don't need the money. I didn't feel like I could really give value for what YouTube was sort of recommending. So I found a bit of a workaround, and if you do like to support me in any way, you can do, and I'd be appreciated. Anything I do get is going to get plowed back into the channel here, camera equipment or something like that, and just doing some bit more quality content, especially the sort of stuff that Funk and Hungry's putting out with his food reviews. It's just if it's not hot, that's absolutely true. So I'll show that up there on screen, highlight that. So yeah, that's what's happening. Try and put out a bit more stuff. I've got to get a bit more work done on this thing. I feel like I haven't been doing much lately, or haven't been able to do much, just with everything that's been going on. And some of the stuff I am tackling, I'm only doing about an hour a night, sometimes less, and that doesn't. Hey, Jamie, how are you, mate? I hope you're doing well. Hope it's not too cold over there for you guys. Yeah, so the work continues, and I get to it when I can. We got to fit in normal life and all that sort of stuff. We got to finish off the wife's craft room, get it done, and get it finished off, so my wife can get fully set up in there and sort out where she would like things. Because of the way we tiled her room, we sort of did one side and then we moved everything around and did the other half. And when you do that, it takes a lot of time and effort and puts a bit of strain on everyone. It's been a little bit frustrating, the tiling, because we've never done anything like that before. We've made a few mistakes, but thanks, Jamie. Mate, I try and do what I can, but yeah, you do what you can. And there's quite a few pieces I need to manufacture. Even though I do have a lot of the parts for the steamroller, they're all in a cupboard over there, and there's a bunch of parts on the shelf which need to get sorted out. As you've seen in my previous videos, my dad comes up and gives a hand every so often, which is good. My dad's he's in his 80s, in his mid 80s or late 80s, and he's slowing down. and so is my mum. Mum's in her early 80s. They're both slowing down, but it's good for Dad to get up there, get up out of the house and come up and see me. He gets on the train and he comes up and sees us. The good thing about the train is the government of Queensland here decided that fares for the trains are 50 cents. So wherever you go on the suburban network here in Brisbane, it's 50 cents. That includes the ferries and the buses as well, I think. So it's a pretty damn good deal. If public transport is your thing, come to Queensland, you can ride all over the place for 50 cents. It's not a bad thing. And so Dad comes up every so often. Obviously, he hasn't come up because of the cyclone, and he's probably going to be raring to go next Saturday or this coming Saturday. Yeah, it is good, G, for him to get around because he sits around at home a lot and just watches the TV, falls asleep. And when he comes up here, he'll, he's on the train, and then we pick him up and bring him up here, and he does a bit at his own pace. We keep an eye on him while we've been working in Lee's craft room. We've also we give him lunch, and the other day I took him back home. So it's about an hour's drive from my place back down to Mum and Dad's, and he was. He said at first when we said it, no, don't want it. No, it's too much. I like my train ride, but yeah. So we got him back home. If he took the train, he probably wouldn't have got home till like 7 o'clock at night, 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. So taking him home from here, we got him back in an hour, and Mum was happy with that. He knows he's in safe hands. So, but yeah, Mum and Dad come up here every so often and visit us. Dad a little bit more often to help out with things on the roller, and it's certainly a big help. The work on the roller has been a family event with my wife helping out, being supportive of the project, and getting a little bit annoyed at times, of course, with the amount of time I spend on it. My brother helping me out when we brought it home, Dad, and so it all helps. And this year we're going to, once we get Lee's craft room sorted out, I'll definitely get back into putting some sort more serious hours into it to get it back into steam. Definitely want to get it in steam this year. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Roger. That's for sure. And that goes for all just us in general, getting out, seeing other people, interacting with other people. It's like our dogs. When you take them out, they socialise, they get involved with others, they meet others, and it's good for them. It's good for the mind, good for the body. You get to see how other people, think and talk and all that sort of stuff. Sometimes you meet other people that maybe you don't want to meet again, but that's life. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Gee, we need to socialise. And oh, Jamie, you're on the tubes, man. I'm jealous. Jamie, are you going to bead your tubes over on the firebox end at all, or are you not going to do that? I'd be interested to know if you are and how you're going to go about it, mate. I'd really love to know that. Yeah, you're absolutely right, G. With all these, with all this technology, we can get distracted, and it can hinder us from interacting and socialising. We definitely need to, yeah, you're right, Roger. It's all about balance. So I'll just go back to Jamie's comment here. Now the tubes on the boilers, I'll tell you what, I'll bring up the general arrange. I don't think it shows it on this one. This is a general arrangement of the steamroller, and it's not the one I was looking for. I thought it was. But inside the boiler, for those of you that don't know, in fact, I'll do a quick search. Here we go. inside a boiler. That's probably going to be the best. Or maybe that one. Hang on, folks. Righto. Let's see if we can find a good image here. I think this one will do fine. This will be the best. And yeah, let's share that on screen. Sorry, folks, for right. So it'll share a screen. That one there. There we go. Righto. So this what you're seeing on screen here now is a side view. Yeah, Jamie. But they did do it. I mean, mine, the ones I took out, mine were beaded over. All right, thanks, darling. Thanks for being here. The other half's off, so she'll catch us another time. A little bit, her first time on camera and talking, so a little bit nervous, but she done well. All right. Righto, getting back here. So this is a boiler. What you see on screen is a boiler. Now, it's not exactly the same as the steamroller that myself and Jamie are working on. However, it does have a lot of similarities. It's virtually identical except for a few things, and I'll explain those things. For our boilers don't have steam domes. They do have this thing called safety valves, and they do have boiler tubes or flues. In this particular example, we have large flues, tubes, and small flues. Our boilers, the one that Jamie and I are working on, have smaller ones, and they're the ones that Jamie is working on his steamroller now. Jamie, I'd love to see some photos if you don't mind. I could maybe share it in the next stream if that's okay with you, mate. I'd really appreciate it. And the boiler tubes, they take the hot gases and smoke, and it comes out through the smoke box, the bit at the front. So at the back here is the firebox where you shovel the coal in. In our case here in Australia, a lot of the steam traction engines and steamrollers that we operate, we use timber because it's readily available, it's easy. Guys in the UK like Jamie tend to prefer coal. Coal has a higher heat value than, say, timber does, or calorific value or something. I just forget the exact, I'm butchering that. But coal has more British thermal units than, say, timber does. However, if you're using good ironbark timber here, like we have in Australia, that's pretty damn good stuff. It really is. And depending on the situation that you're in, how far you're going, if you're just on a rally field or just lightly working around, then timber's ideal for that situation. Coal is good, but you know, the guys in the UK at the moment, they cannot get coal anymore, or coal from the UK. It's not mined anymore, mainly because greenies or somebody's decided not to. The best coal in the world, steaming coal, was Welsh steaming coal. This stuff, Welsh steaming coal, virtually burnt to nothing, very little smoke, really good steaming quality coal, but unfortunately that's not being mined anymore. So they've had to rely on importing coal from other places in Europe like Poland. However, that's a very low grade coal. and produces a lot of smoke and stuff called clinker, which is basically stuff that doesn't burn. It can choke up the fire grate and really give you a hard time. And when you have coal like that, it has a flow-on effect because you get a carbon build-up inside the boiler, not only in the firebox, but the tubes. The carbon acts as an insulation, so you don't get the heat transfer. It just creates more work for you. So that, so in short, this graphic on the screen here gives you a cutaway of what a boiler is like. Like I said, it's not an exact representation of the boilers from our steamrollers that Jamie and I are working on, but they are very, very similar, that's for sure. So that concludes that little education on boilers. And with that, we're going to stop sharing and bring me back to the screen here. Look, I've been going on for over 3/4 of an hour now, and I think that's going to be enough for tonight. I really appreciate you guys being here with me on the stream and interacting in the chat. I really appreciate the support. And I think we'll wrap it up there and bid you all farewell, and we'll see you next week. Same back channel, same back time. Enjoy your week, everyone. Take care, look after each other, and know that you guys are appreciated. Bye for now. Whistle time.